Hello, everyone. This is Doc Holliday again. Sorry, I'm coming to you again like this. Fortunately, I have a very big splitting headache. I had it pretty much all day. Um, and unfortunately for me, you guys are still collecting or still contracting the coronavirus. So I wanted to come out here and see if I could share a couple of words, inspiration, try to get you all to not continue to do the same things that so many other people are doing, and yet expecting to not contract the coronavirus. That being said, um, hello everyone. Again, my name is Doc Holliday. Um, Main topic is coronavirus. As you all know, this is my go-to favorite device when going out in the real world. This is a 3M device. These here are 3M filters as well. You can get it on eBay, or not eBay. You can't actually get it on eBay. You can buy it on eBay or on Amazon, and you can pay about $50 for the two of them together. This is number one option when it comes to fighting coronavirus. Number one reason why is because it complete seal over your mouth and your nose and mouth. Um, and actually, hold on, before I even get started, they just remind me, there's a couple of things I want to talk about here. Um, yeah, I titled it Coronavirus, the Big Comeback. And a couple of topics I want to hit on as to why we can't actually beat the coronavirus right now, or America, or even European countries and everything. The number one issue for why we cannot beat the coronavirus is the lack of compliance. The lack of compliance to even these regulations, as lax as they are, people are not in compliance with them, yet alone the much more stringent compliance things that we actually need to enact as a global society, yet alone as a nation or as a state, as it is within the United States. Um, Lack of compliance. That involves, number one, not wearing facial masks, not wearing any kind of coverings, whether it be this one's or this one right here that I have, that is, or things like this one, that still has the complete covering over your face and everything, and it will prevent you from having, like, inhaling, the bad air from other sources. I'm trying to see if I got I think I have one here. Um, or, as opposed to these things right here, whereas, again, as I've illustrated before, you put this over your mouth and everything. That's fine and dandy, but you got these sides here that air comes in and inserts, and a lot of these are not even N95 masks. So we as Americans, I know that the government has truly let all of us down and everything, as to providing protection for its people. In truth, it would be so beautiful if America purchased like 11 million of these, or not 11 million. We got 360 million of somewhere in some actual legitimate things that are actually going to prevent your containing the virus, because right now we have got probably like 50 million poor people in the U.S. right now that can't afford these. These are supposed to be disposable. They're for one use. They're for single use only. So that would mean that if I were going to the operating room or whatever, I would put darn this on, and then after I leave the operating room, I am supposed to throw this in the trash. That is what this is for. Per if it were N95 or N99 mask, hospital medical use, temporary or disposable, single use only. These are not designed for everyday use. The reason why they're not designed for everyday use is because of the fact that if they work correctly, what they will have doing is, if you are inhaling, you inhale air and particles will get trapped onto this device here, and therefore I'm just thinking about the fact that you have people that wear their mask like this up under their nose and stuff, and the fact that they have coronavirus. Like, this is a word that the coronavirus, this is the barrier that's supposed to stop the coronavirus from getting to you, and yet you got it up like this so you can inhale this shit all day, every day. Lack of compliance. You have to wear the freaking thing right. I go to different, what do you call it? Grocery stores, Walmart, what do you call it? If they still got Myers, or, even like, what do you call it? Jesus. Like, basically, really any store that you go to, people wear masks, but they will have them up under your nose. I remember, like, I don't even want to have right on the top of my head, it's Walmart. When I just go in there, and every single damn blasted employee that was in there, that was working our registers, not registers, but stocking stuff and everything, none of them was wearing a mask up over their nose. I went to the doctor's office to get my allergy shot the other day. And, I'm on there jovial about seeing the little kid and everything. I'm like, yo, you're supposed to actually, wear that above your nose, so because, you actually breathe in and out your nose, and that's what you want to do, is to cover your nose to prevent the virus from coming to you. And then, and she said, okay. But then as I talked to her, I actually looked up, like, oh, crap. Her mom is doing it, so none of this is mattering none, and naturally it didn't matter none because she just continued to just wear her mask the way she did, and she looked down at everything, and I said, okay, I'm not going to win this argument. I'm here for an allergy shot. I just, because her mom didn't say anything, and I did my best to try to tell the young lady. And I'm hoping that one day it will sink into her head, like, yo, I really need to wear this the right way. Because this is what is killing us. A lot of people are in non-compliance. They're not doing the proper things to make sure that not only the people around them, but also them themselves are being protected. I don't understand how we are a nation that doesn't think about self-preservation as the first fundamental rule to preserve oneself. And that means not catching the coronavirus. That should not be a political thing. But if you want to kill yourself, go, no, don't do that. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, don't do that. This is what I'm here for. Trying to keep you from doing it. But people, we gotta stop being stupid, man. We have to stop being stupid. And again, the other thing, the lack of adequate PPE. This is where we're in October now, October the 17th. I'm doing this on the 1 a.m. on October the 17th, and we still have no national rollout of masks of any kind, yet alone the proper kind. And I remember a couple of days ago, there was talk about, the CDC or somebody had mentioned providing masks to everyone, and the White House nixed that idea. And it's like, well, geez, buddy, it ain't too late for you to rethink about it. But, of course, we live in America, and it's governed by Trump, and Trump doesn't care for Americans. Neither does the Republican Party as well. And in fact, they are backed, believe it or not, by the Russians, who are supposed to be America's enemies. And I know every time I swore allegiance, or swore allegiance to America, and not only that, but what to say, sign a document to be enlisted in the military, like the oath and everything that you sign, and then like the federal jobs and everything that you have. You're supposed to protect the country from threats, no matter foreign or domestic. And we got Russia was a foreign entity, basically in the back pockets or doing whatever the heck. Or we have Republicans that are doing the biddings of Russians, killing Americans by selling this nonsense of not wearing face masks. Today we have, what is it? Woo! Let me go over to the left side. I think it's like 220,000 people that have perished so far. 223,644 people have perished so far in the United States as a result of COVID-19, largely because of the inadequate policies and procedures that were brought on by the Trump administration. That is again supported by the Russians. Oh, hold on one sec. Excuse me. I wanted to. Okay. Can I get a rod? Can I get a rod? All right. So yeah, there you can see 223,644 people have perished. It's crazy. And this was as of yesterday. Yesterday we had 71,666 people that, or 71,687 people that had contracted this stuff. So, we're going back in the wrong direction as usual. But hold on. I'll put you on pause for a quick second. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So as I was saying, we got like way too many deaths, and way too many people that are contracting it. Currently, what is this? 8 million people, 8.2 million people, and let's see, what is that? 8.2. So that's 2.3% of the population currently has COVID right now, or has had COVID right now, or as of today's date. That is far too many, and we're going back up at the worst part of the year. When flu season and everything is about to hit, it's going to be bad, yo. So another thing I wanted to express to y'all, as far as lack of adequate PPE, the wearing of cloth mask or the N95 mask. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people may or may not mean well, but wearing a cloth mask is just as good as you wearing a mask like this. Like this. The cloth mask does you no good. The cloth mask is no better than it's actually worse than a non-medical N95 mask. It doesn't stop anything. So all of you all that are wearing your little church things, or wherever you get these little what do you call this stuff? These little how do you call it? Cloth masks. That's not going to cut it. That is not going to cut it. Please do not wear those things. Please do not buy those things anymore. And please make sure that if you are making your own cloth mask, that you are inserting a true N95 filter in there. And then those filters have to be switched out every so often as well. So be mindful of that as well. And too, mindful that it is form-fitting, that covers your whole nose and mouth. And there's no gaps or anything for any kind of extra air to penetrate out in between those gaps and everything. So be mindful, y'all. So let's see. Oh, another thing. Repeatedly wearing these devices or these things. If you only have one cloth mask, you need to invest in about 10. Scratch that. If you only have one cloth mask, you're in bad shape. You need to upgrade to something to where you have a filter in it that is actually filtering your mask or filtering your air as you breathe. Some places, I'm not even sure if they have it on Amazon just yet. As far as these ones, I don't even think they're selling these as medical grade as of yet. So you may not be able to find those. So you may have to hop on Amazon. And for all the people that do not have internet, how are you watching me? For people, you got to be mindful that there are a lot of people that don't have internet. So they are not hip to Amazon. Like I've known Amazon for like 10 years or so, even though I hate them. If I need something really bad, Amazon is the place to go to. In many places I travel, talk to the poor people, I tell them where I get my mask from, wherever the heck it just disappeared to. Not this one, but my other one. Where I get my mask from, I tell them Amazon, and they're like, oh yeah, Amazon. Oh man, I didn't even think about Amazon. Or like they never heard of it or something. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people don't have internet or whatever. I'm not trying to pass judgment or whatever on them, but that is where I get mine. eBay is another source where you can get yours. So you need to upgrade your mask. If you have family or friends or whatever that maybe not be hip to it, ask them. Have you ever thought about getting a bigger mask or whatever? Reach out to some of your extended family, maybe that you ain't talked to in a while. Because you're gonna have to spend a month to go to the funeral. So spend a dime to talk to them and catch up with your family members and everything, and let them know that types of things that they should be doing to protect themselves. I just lost a 22-year-old nephew, cousin, a couple of 2 weeks ago, and it's 22 years old. COVID. He was actually working in. He was a corrections officer working in one of the jails, and caught it there, and it messed me up because it's one of my young ones and everything, and my family. He was an angel, an absolute angel, an absolute angel. He wanted to be a police officer and everything, and Lord knows I didn't tell him to go do that stuff, but no, he that's what he wanted. He was a good guy. He wanted to be a police officer. And it's like all the good ones are always the ones that are gat. You really got to protect yourself, man. You got to protect yourself. But these things are, again, for disposable use only. If you're in a work environment, you have to pressure your bosses and everything to get you proper PPE. If you are lacking that PPE, make sure again they're medical grade masks and not just the cheap little masks. I've even seen it where like some spas and everything they only have like little garbage masks and everything. It's like, no, you need some some high grade mask or whatever, because you really getting in gyms and stuff too. Like you really are person to person on stuff, so you have to get some protection or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can see a lot of times if you're really, because these types of masks, I will say, both this one and these ones here, if you're doing a lot of stuff, it's probably ain't the best things for you because they will make you sweat like a mother sucker. The winter coming up, so it's cold outside. This will be a good thing. But if you're, like a carpenter or something like that, even though a lot of people wear them for what do you call it, for painting and things of that nature, the more you work, the more you're going to sweat when wearing it. I just installed a washer or whatever for someone wearing this right here, and shout out, sweating my behind off wearing this. So just be mindful of that. But unfortunately, because I even found myself taking it off because I was so sweaty. Oh, shoot, I can't take this off because of the coronavirus. So I had to put it back on and just, keep on wiping off the sweat. And then finally I was like, yo, you got one of the blues. I give up, yo. I'm hot in the mud. But, just be mindful of that. You may have to adjust the type of protection that you have, because they have some that are even thin, probably even about as thin as this little thing, like portion, like this part, neoprene's part. Like they have some masks that are even less, just that thin, that you can get that pinch onto your nose, to where if you're in a highly active environment where you can be moving around a lot, it'll be a little bit more breathable and thinner and all that type stuff, just a bit more overall more comfortable for you. So you can definitely check those options that are available to you. And by now there are plenty of sellers that are offering those. So it's not only Amazon or eBay, but you can go to. I've seen them at different different Academy Sports, or like all your different sports stores. Like a lot of people, like the NBA has them, your tennis stars, everybody has them. So you can get them in a lot of different places, but just make sure that they are at least N95, and make sure that you buy many of them, a couple of them, to so you can have to where you're not hanging them up or whatever, reusing them over day after day. Try to get some that you can wipe down with either a disinfectant wipe or something, or even like some Pine Sol or whatever. Pine Sol water, just wipe it down or whatever, you're done. So that's what I like with that. And this one here, I keep this one in my car pretty much all day. This isn't an N95 mask. This is actually one of my training masks that I use for altitude training. But it gives you no air. So it's pretty similar to the same thing. But at the absolute last resort, if I happen to go out of my house and I don't have this one here, this one is always in my truck. So I won't ever be anywhere without one, or I even have an extra one of these in my car, because I ain't taking no chances at all. So yeah, that was the number 2 thing. The other thing, the reason why we can't beat this is lack of political leadership and lack of common sense. We gotta tell people. We gotta tell people the truth, and we gotta do more to fight this stuff. After the election, I'll be tuning y'all into a lot more things that we need to be doing. And a lot of people are saying that they're like over it. They're over COVID. Like, you can't get over COVID, because COVID is not over us. So in order for us to be able to beat it, we have to really understand. We got to train our brains to understand that this is serious shit. And this isn't, this ain't no Jerry Springer reality stuff. I can just switch it off or on or nothing like that. No, this is a whole nother reality that you got going on. So, you know, we got to tighten up. Number one thing, as of right now, everybody's talking about they're tired or over COVID. It's going to take 3 years for COVID to go anywhere. 3 long years. So, was it 2020 right now? So 2023, at the least, it's going to be 2023 before we can eradicate COVID. So 3 years from whenever we decide to say go, 3 years from that time is how long it's going to take for us to eradicate COVID. But you not only have to eradicate it from all of America, you have to eradicate it from all of the world, the whole entire world. And then on top of that, you not only have COVID-19, you have COVID-19, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, Z. You have all these derivatives of COVID. I mentioned before, I think there's probably like 6 or so different strands of COVID, probably more now. And the vaccines by themselves are, I don't think, going to be adequate enough. Well, I know they're not going to be adequate enough to solve the situation. But in addition to that, there may be a situation where some viruses are good on some parts, on some variations of the disease, and some vaccines are better for other variants of the disease. And then some vaccine or all vaccines may not be, well, them as a whole may not cover all of what may be out there, to be determined. But you know, we still have to grasp our head around around the notion of prevention is what we should be looking for. This herd immunity stuff is garbage. There's no herd immunity. There is the only thing that you can do is get vaccine for it. You vaccine for it and you wipe out the disease. That is the only way that we're going to get this, because it's so easily spread. It's spread through air. It isn't some sexually transmitted disease or something like that. We have to change our whole strategies as far as coping with this stuff. I know that different states have different plateaus, where it was 3, 5, 10% on where they will open up different things. We got to bring them much lower. We got to bring those thresholds to like 1 or 2% at an absolute most before we think about opening up things beyond where we're at. But even at this point or at that point, we have to do a lot more in terms of prevention. We have to do a lot more in terms of compliance, making sure that everybody is wearing masks 100% of the time. When you get your behind outside of your household, when you open your door or whatever, you have a mask on in your hand and you're not walking in anywhere without a mask. Oh, that reminds me, the craziest things in the world I've seen. I went to McDonald's the other day. I think probably the first time since COVID been here, went to the McDonald's and they said, hey, we can't have you in here without your mask. Okay, cool. So I go grab a mask. And I grab a mask and I enter McDonald's. Okay, nobody's wearing a mask. Everybody has their mask. This is how everybody that worked there had their mask. I mean, everybody. I got too much hair. Come on, buddy. Let's do it. All right. This is how they had a mask. This is how everybody had their mask in McDonald's. I'm like, yo, are you serious? And they told me to get my mask. All I did was walk in there just like this. Sorry. I walked in there just like this. Hold my mask. Oh, I went in and ordered. No problem at all. And then so I ordered, okay, I can put on my mask. I put on my mask just because. They didn't tell me to, but I really don't want to catch COVID. So I went and done it. But the part that tripped me out is you don't have to wear the fucking mask. Excuse me. You don't have to wear the mask. All you have to do is have the mask in your hand. These mugs are not wearing a mask when they're at work. I just mentioned to you the time when I was at Walmart. This is the other place that I was talking about. I was thinking about that they're not wearing their bloody mask. And it's like you have to wear your mask over your freaking nose in order for the mask to work. People, we got to do better. We have got to do better. All right. Let me see. Hey, say her name, 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 say her name. Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. I understand that there was settlements that was done for their families and everything, but we need to do better. We need to get all the people that were involved. I'm gonna make a video on this. So tune in to the video. We got to do better. God, please, Lord Jesus, please help us, Lord. Please help us, Lord. Please help us, Lord. Vaccines, blah, 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 blah. Just making sure I went over that. The vaccines may, because there's different molecular structures that are going on with the virus. Well, different strands of the virus that are going on based on different molecular structures, of which the vaccines may not be able to prevent certain strands. They may only work on X amount of strands. So I hope that's not going to be the case, but I believe that is the case. And then with mixing with the flu and everything upcoming, we have no idea what is ahead. People pray. And then, yes, you can get COVID more than once. If you had it before, that does not mean that you're immune. I know your dumb tail president has been saying this. Mr. Donald dumb Trump has been saying that, oh, I'm immune. He's an idiot. Don't listen to him. You are not going to be immune if you've already had this disease. So you come out there and, say, oh, I want to go party. I want to go do da. You can get that crap again. And if you ain't died the first time, guess what? You can die the second time. So please smarten up and remember that you can get it again. So all the recklessness, especially all you white people, all you young people, all you white people and all you young people, y'all have got to take heed to what is going on, and you have got to stop being so ignorant, and you have got to do what you can to protect yourself. All this YOLO stupid stuff is, you only live once, and it only really takes one time for this disease to catch your ass. You be caught up in some mess for not only for the rest of your life, and the rest of your life may only be 4 short days if you catch this stuff, depending on your own personal situation. Not only your own personal situation, but remember, you have that, but being the fact that you have the disease is likely that you're going to affect others, and those others, you don't know their medical history, and by you putting them at risk, you are complicit to their receiving the virus and possible death as well. So, just think about it. I mean, you got people where their whole families have passed away. I mentioned before, my cousin had passed away. Then his mom had caught COVID as well. Luckily, she did not pass away, but she was in the hospital as well. So it's a very serious matter. It's. Let me just leave it at that. Guess that was it. About the herd immunity again. There's no such thing as herd immunity as herd death. That was the last little thing I had. So, again, 223,600 644 people. That's just in the United States alone. And that's just in the last 8 months. The flu might kill the most 10,000 people in a year. We got 223,000 in 8 months. That's 644. 8 months. And then on top of that, well, I just want to take a look real quick at the international stuff. So that's been on the news lately. Yesterday, the new cases worldwide, 413,206. New cases worldwide yesterday. Today we're going in a little bit we're going to cross worldwide the 40 million mark of people who have contracted COVID. 40 million. Good thing about it is over 30 million and 600,049 here. I can show you the thing here. Have recovered already. Well, we got like 8 million or almost 9 million that are active right now, and 71,000 are in critical condition. That is the global picture. The U.S. is leading the way, unfortunately, with 8,200,000 and blah blah blah. India is quickly going to gain. They're going to pass us by the end of the year. Well, I don't know. Because of the fact, like we recently jumped up in numbers, like we were previously like in 30 or 40,000 range. We've jumped up in numbers, largely because of the schooling stuff. Because once school started up, the reporting structure just got all out of whack, and when they said in months past that the numbers are actually a lot worse than what they're actually showing, that statement definitely holds more true now than ever before, just because of the multitude of places that are testing, and the collections of that information has proven to be not adequate enough. So the numbers are going to be the numbers are a lot higher than what they show of 71,000. So I said corrected in India. I mean, it's still possible, but I don't know. This remains to be seen. But in any case, you got to look at too. India has like 2 billion people in it as well. They got 1.3 billion people in it. So, their numbers aren't really as daunting as it would actually seem. Per million population, they only have 5,349, while the U.S. per million has 25,000 per million population. So you have to bear that in mind. But overall, we got to do better. Globally, we have to do better. I addressed a lot of this stuff for the U.S. audience, but I'm sure that a lot of this stuff holds true the same for everyone else. Maybe not so much buying the face coverings on Amazon, but wherever you get your merchandise from. You would want to upgrade your PPE as well, because this virus is the real deal. This is something that nobody has ever had before. Small brains could not solve this. So please don't listen to small brains. Please listen to the smart guys when they say that to do X, Y, and Z. Please follow their rules. Please protect yourselves. Um, you know, please exercise. You know, go out there, run. Don't go to gyms. Go out there in the fresh air and exercise. Get your cardio on. Get try to hook up your immune system and everything to get so that you would be more equipped or better able to fight it should you do catch COVID. Um, all of you all that are overweight, obese, and everything, or do any kind of drugs or um, alcohol, you are at more risk of it. So yeah, and then you smokers as well. I think you're more at risk. I'm not sure about the marijuana as of yet. I haven't heard any testings or results as of if you are more or less susceptible of dying or contracting COVID if you are a cannabis consumer. Um, I would imagine that it would probably be more so effective to those who smoke the marijuana, just because you would think that it would have some sort of effect on your lungs, especially if you do smoke it in like a blunt or something of that nature, or use tobacco like most of the European and some African nations do as well. Well, even in some other people, I do the shirt. So, uh, uh, you know, um, who knows? True, marijuana has some benefits, but um, obviously there are some bad ones. So, you have to protect yourself. You know, there is no golden pill that will make you immune from catching the coronavirus. There's that. But let me let you go. It was a pleasure talking to you all. Please, if you have any comments or suggestions or concerns, definitely, leave them down in the comments below. I'll definitely be able to respond to them. Hello, all my lady friends out there. Hey, I'm still single. For all you um, good girls out there that are looking for a good black guy, holla at your boy. Well, we're gonna be Skype dating or whatever um, for a little bit, anyways. But trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to say? No, really, just take care and remember that if don't nobody love you, I do not care what anybody says. I, Doc Holiday, loves you, each and every one of you. Until you do some bullshit wrong, then I love you, but I put a little wrath on my. But yeah, be good out there, America. Um, Peace and love. Y'all stay up. All right.